but just solid all the way through for them.
Looking forward to seeing a bit of zyrinx. I want to see a bit more and be able to talk about him on top of it, because I thought his aim was just ridiculous, and he seemed to be the impenetrable force of unknown, basically.
He's the player that lets them really exploit the fact that they're all really good players.
A lot of people,
because they don't have to worry about defense at all.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't really know how he was going to perform. It's like, oh well, we know Lincoln, we know winz, we know gerppa, zyrinx, CTF. How's he going to perform? And well, I think he's already stamped down his authority in the team. Of course, they're going up against Team 2014, who had a very close game against Sake, which they had an awesome series in the winner bracket semis. They're down in the losers bracket at the moment. But it looks like we are starting the winner bracket final right now. Let's take this away, DDK. Map number 1, it is going to be Spiders Crossings. And off the beginning of this, we are going to check out, well, winz. Starting off, usually we see him in defense, but I think zyrinx is taking cover of that position. So we actually get to see winz pushing out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a great map for Unknown to really abuse the aiming potential. Just winz taking over mid single-handedly at this point, and they're going to be thinking about those power-ups that are going to be spawning in mid very, very soon now. winz just trying to get that damage out. Finally, the 0-4 pushing out the flag there, I guess, taking the mega, the red as well, getting that mid control ready for that power-up. There it is.
DaHanG's going to take it. No problem at all. Lincoln, he's grabbing the regen straight away. I'm going to swing on by to DaHanG and see what exactly he's going to be up to. 20 seconds left of haste. It's not going to take him very long at all to get to the enemy base. I wonder if they want to get just a cap straight away. Certainly Unknown are going to be on their best behavior here to keep them at bay.
DaHanG trying to force his way in on the upper base here for Unknown, but they are really doing a good job of keeping him back. Look, there's 3 of them. There's now 4 of them that have made a showing to try to stop DaHanG's entry, and look, he still can't push through. Pushed all the way back by Unknown, has to drop down and go low with whaz, but what can they get done? Already, you know, Unknown knew everything that was happening, and they just set up. I mean, that's a testament to how solid they've really been.
During that time, whaz was trying to sneak out, but there it is. The final blockade is there. DaHanG actually managed to get a hand off, but they're not letting them go far. It was a very good attack, in fact, from 2014. But yeah, as you said, great defense. gerppa with the touch. This Finn is a very nifty individual moving around, but he's actually getting caught on winz. You don't want to be doing that. You want to move away.
And zyrinx is actually on 6 points of health at the moment, so he's quite weak, and he's very vulnerable to any aggression. whaz is actually taking him down there, so it's going to be a bit of a deflag situation here. whaz picking up the flag there for 2014, and here he goes. Will he have the support in mid? There's Brick getting across mid. This is fantastic. This is looking so solid, but there is the steal from Lincoln. Can Lincoln get this flag away and to safety?
That was really painful. I think he's going to spot him over there. Is he going to try and go for it? Does he want to run away? He's going for the duel, but the mega health spawns in front, and that just completely killed it for Lincoln. The risk was not worth it, and we are going to see the Americans take the lead.
That was really well played there, finding a great moment. I mean, zyrinx, I think, you know, I was watching him. He bit off a bit more than he could chew. He's staying around mid. We've seen him push up to the yellows very often, leaving the flag dive completely. And he was so low that whaz just came in, took an easy kill, and just walked the flag out. And that's not something we see normally here from Unknown.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think zyrinx, maybe he's feeling a little bit confident after the win against the WELP players. Weren't expecting to have to step up their game further. I think he's going to have to chill out a little bit and keep his head screwed on. We've got a quad though in the hands of winz. He's one of the heaviest aimers that the Europeans have brought over for this whole event. Let's see what kind of kills he can pick up. He's going to be missing the rail for his second kill, and he's just about to run out of quad. And they just want to let him go freely. winz, take the flag as long as that quad goes, and now they don't mind surrounding him because they're not going to lose so many bodies to him anymore. And winz cannot even get to mid at this point. Nice plays by 2014.
Yeah, great aggression there, just taking the flag carrier down. It was very awkward, but they made it work. And 2014, so far, they've showed that every time Unknown make a misstep, they're there to punish it. They're being really responsible on that front, and Unknown definitely facing one of the biggest challenges, perhaps maybe the biggest challenge they've had so far in the CTF tournament. Yeah. And this is definitely a solid map for them. So to go down 1 cap so early definitely doesn't spell good things for them, but I'm sure that they're going to show us some good plays coming into this. In 2014, I want to see some really sick power runs from them. They've got some great runners on their side.
We've got a flag over here. gerppa can't quite get across. He's been helped. Oh, what did oh no, the flag did get taken back. Nicely done, 2014. whaz going to go down, and winz just clearing up the area a little bit. 30 seconds until his power up. There's probably going to be a bit more cess. A lot of fighting, an orgy of action going on in mid.
And again, you know, we're spotting zyrinx up in mid, again, with no health, no armor really, and just no weapons. So not really sure what's happening there for their defense, but this should indicate that they could very well lose a flag in the near future. But gerppa going to steal one of his own.
This is big, I think. This is big. He's got Lincoln with him. Now, what's the
power-up's coming too.
Oh, well, they actually get taken back, so now whaz has got the flag. It's not big at all. Whilst the 3 2014 players are taking out Lincoln and winz and gerppa, they managed to steal it themselves.
What a save from Brick, that flag going up in the air. What a catch from Brick, and that power-up did not help Unknown at all. And that's the same cap that they got. The first cap, the second cap, the same. zyrinx really, really weak. whaz walks in, takes the frag, and just gets out.
Really nice timing from whaz. Really nice.
Yeah.
winz has inherited a couple of seconds of haste. Not going to do anything for him, though. And whaz, one of the an underrated player, I think some Europeans might think. The Americans definitely know how powerful he is, but he's not really someone that a lot of the Europeans know about. And he's certainly a force to be reckoned with.
I mean, they've shown Unknown now that they can't push zyrinx out that far. They just can't. They need to have zyrinx be more defensive here, because if he doesn't have a stack, whaz is just going to take him down and get that flag out. So, and the team player 2014 is unrelenting. It's so solid. And Lincoln going to get a grab and get himself out there through the low area, but surely they must know where he's going. Oh, the juke!
It almost works over there, but DaHanG, right position, right moment, he gets the return. And there's no shortage of flag touches from the Unknown guys, but they never make a cap from it. It seems as if when 2014 get the flag touch, it is always a cap. Brick, can he continue this consistency? It looks unlikely. They're 10 health, and he's just going to be walking back. It's usually, you've got to give it to whaz. Brick can't do the deed.
And so we got 20 seconds until those power-ups, and this is the moment where you'd love to see the flag defenders with those really huge stacks bring those stacks to the power-up and make a solid run and take control of mid first of all. But just looking across all the players, there is actually no one on the map apart from 04 who's got a stack at all. 04's got his mega, his red, and zyrinx got 100 armor, but that's about it. So this power-up is up for grabs for anyone, and DaHanG is going to get the grab here.
He just walks back steadily. It was completely unchallenged, basically. Very unusual.
Yeah.
Gonna go find quad getting picked up. Brick's going to be taking it.
So this could be quite scary now for Unknown. They've already been having trouble on their defense, getting just removed constantly and damaged too much. And Brick kind of taking a weird route there, I must say. But doing some damage here, knocking down winz. Great rail, important rail.
There's a load of regen left on it for Lincoln. He's going to die with 77 health. Needed one more tick and he would have been fine. What can whaz do with this? He's going to use it defensively, or is he just going to go on the attack? I mean, they're 2-0 up. I don't think they should be playing too defensively at all at the moment. whaz needs to keep on getting behind the enemy team, getting those kills on zyrinx, and trying to cap. Pressure here from Lincoln. There's a couple of the teammates with him, but they all are going to be perishing.
There's a lot of time left for Unknown to bring it back here, but they need to patch up the holes that have been exploited reliably by 2014. We're going to see Lincoln's actually making an attack now, and there's lots of players in the base for 2014. As we can see, 04 kind of locking down the mid here, making his way back towards his flank defense position. He's not overextending nearly as much as zyrinx is, and it seems that 2014 aren't having much trouble with mid anyway, even though zyrinx is a presence there with the rest of his team. So 2014 really such a powerhouse right now.
Well, at least Unknown have made the mistakes early on, so they can try and at least get some caps in a little bit. Lincoln, nice kill up the bounce pad, but what's he going to be able to do from this? He's found Rook, he's just a fresh spawn, he's got no real weapons. Lincoln going to back off. This is not a great route to take, but he's got a steal on the mega health. That's brilliant timing from him.
And they just can't quite seem to get out. The communication is very strong. The response time is very, very strong from 2014. You can't really question it.
He just wants to get out of here as quickly as possible. He doesn't want to be wasting any quad time. Lincoln, no real armor at all. He's got to try and avoid damage as much as possible. I'm going to have to find Lincoln again. So a double rail over there, 160 damage and one shot on the unknown players. But Brick, he's going to fall. There's a region carrier in base. Lincoln looking for one rail before quad goes. He won't find it, but the rockets are very, very solid.
But again, 2014, they're piling into the base. They know there's a huge threat there in the power-up run of Lincoln, so they all get their asses back there very quickly once again to quickly deal with it, and then they move on. They give 0-4 the help that he needs in the defense when there's really huge threats come in, and Lincoln's going to make a steal now. Looks like this is relatively clean. He's got to get through mid. Is his team in control of mid? Oh, they're not, and he's going to get taken out. Good return.
And zyrinx is coming out in mid as well. Could see him there again with the LG. DaHanG very weak. Lincoln being brilliant, getting a lot of flag touches, bringing quite a lot of the flags to mid, but no further. And he's got his buddy over there, but he's going to be respawning somewhere back in base. And DaHanG helps shut down that run with winz dying on top of that. Oh, we got gerppa. 4 health. Anything would have killed him then.
So I'm just going to check the stats and see how things are going. We were actually seeing an uncharacteristically large amount of deaths at this point in the game for zyrinx, already up to 15 deaths.
Wow.
And that's actually a lot for zyrinx. You know,
huge amount.
In the last spider crossings we saw with them, he was around about 4 at this point instead of 15. 15 was kind of end game for him at the when the buzzer sounded at the end of the match. He had around that. But
take him 10 minutes to die on Pillbox against WELP.
And 0-4 has a lot of deaths, but they play different styles. I mean, obviously, 2014 very comfortable here, but we're seeing a struggle from Unknown. Here comes the power up, though. It's a quad, and this could be really, really nice for Unknown to pick up. But unfortunately, 0-4 right on top of it.
I wanna check out 0-4. We haven't seen much of him at the moment. This regen up in just a couple of seconds. He's going to lose a lot of time on this, so which is a big shame, to be honest. But maybe he can get himself into the enemy base at least. He definitely won't be able to get out again with the flag on this time. It's actually going defensive.
Yeah.
Fair enough. They're in the lead. They don't need to attack.
It's like gerppa, get out of here. You don't really expect that, do you? It's like the guy defending with the quad. You just want to be left alone.
Not at this point of the game. It's quite unusual at this point.
It was a great choice. So by the time he got to mid, the quad would have run out. So it was a good choice.
Oh, they're going to lose out on the red. Unknown have been pretty nifty with stealing the resources here in 2014's base. I think, and maybe sooner, possibly. But I think in the next rotation or two on the red and the mega, they're probably going to have a big attack. Brick making life difficult for the unknown players. Got rocket jump, Lincoln. Oh, he catches him. He's got him down.
That was a perfect rocket jump as well. I'd love to see those. And looks like zyrinx is actually playing a little bit more defensively now. Just been checking him out a bit, and he's pushing forwards to mid again, trying to get mid control. There's no power coming or anything like that. He just wants to make his team's life easier when they do get that D flag, so they can easily get through mid. But and that seems to be hurting, but they're still sticking with this strategy. What do you make of that, Zoot?
It's very aggressive, very offensive, but if, of course, he does die, then it's going to leave a massive gap. High risk, high reward, you could say.
Yeah, and the power mid spawning, and they do have mid control right now, so zyrinx is doing an okay job, so that's far. But will they get the power up?
I think that's what they're desperate for. I think that's really what zyrinx pushing up this far is going to help them do, but it hasn't. Look. At the right moment, 2014 come in, they land all the shots they need to, and they take away that quad damage. These are the kind of power-ups that Unknown needs to even get a single cap going.
And gerppa with that quad there, going to be pushing his way in, and here he is, sneaking on through the bottom, going to pick himself up a regen, a couple frags with the rel, and his teammate there to support him. This should go well for Unknown. They need mid safe though. Can his team get that?
Lincoln's got regen. There's 2 players of regen going into mid right now. gerppa getting jumped. Oh no, he gets knocked over. 0-4 gets the flag in the air, and that's going to be winz carrying on the flag. But there's whaz right next to him. Can he survive at all? He gets the kill, and it is going to be taken back. winz is not happy with that. It was such a beautiful setup for taking the flag all the way home.
It looks so solid, and it didn't quite work out, did it? But there's still plenty of time left here. 6 whole minutes there for Unknown to just get 2 caps. I'm sure they've done much more than that so far, but 2014 has been much more problematic for them, and zyrinx with he's looking much better as the longer this match goes on. I think his hands are warming up. The players were complaining about cold hands a while ago, so
He is steadying into this, he's solidifying the defense a little bit. It's been a good sort of at least 5 minutes since he's made any kind of step up like that. DaHanG's LG is painful stuff. Warming up that aim nicely for his Duel Grand Finals tomorrow. And I'm going to switch across a little bit. Got DaHanG, speaking of which, on the screen right now.
Time is ticking away now, and
Ooh.
again, you know, we've got great presence from 2014 there, set up working wonders. zyrinx pushing around mid again, getting those yellows, and getting those frags as well, or perhaps not. He gets taken out, and the power-up is spawning, and here is the scramble for that power-up. Who is it gonna be? It's gonna be gerppa, who takes it away without taking any damage. Back to base, back to that regen, spawns in a timely fashion, and this could just be the power-up run that they need.
gerppa wants that LG real bad. Upset at Lincoln for taking that. There we get to see him try to finish
Great from whaz.
So much damage on him. That regen is definitely going to bump him up a little bit. He's got a couple of seconds left of quad. He's going to take the lower route to get in. Can he surprise anyone with the LG quickly? Just out of quad, right as he needs the damage the most, and there's a rail from behind. Another run, shut down.
Getting across mid was just too difficult for them there, and this seems to be the trend for them. That 2014, when they need mid control, they have it. When Unknown need mid control, they just don't get it. I mean, that just seems to be the simple answer here. And Unknown, they're going to keep trying though, and whaz, sorry, almost getting that flag out, almost.
Just saying hello and mid basically. Couldn't get any further.
Definitely, 0-4's been doing a great job so far in this game.
I'm checking out zyrinx for a second. He is so weak. He's going to find the red. He's got the mega up in base, so he's going to be nicely stacked up in a second. 2014 guys just need to do a little bit of damage. Keep zyrinx under control.
It's definitely. I mean, it may seem strange or whatever to bring zyrinx up so much, but as the flag defender, he is so important, because if he lets someone out of the base without fragging them, and you'd expect him to make the frags because he's that good, but if he's off of his game, then that means the attackers have to come back. They have to come and help. Then the attack is weaker for them. So it really has a knock-on effect to the rest of his team. So it's definitely been very troublesome how effective 2014 are at attacking.
This is like the third or fourth time in a row that Lincoln has stolen the mega in 2014's base. He's being really annoying. He's really choking them of any major resources, and we see these 3-man attacks from them happening quite frequently. I think we're going to get another one in just a second. winz doesn't want to waste any time at all moving up the tunnel and having to run up. Let's see what he's going to do. He's got the red armor behind him. These are a good amount of resources for the French player.
Can winz do this? He's got everything he needs. He's got the support as well. Here he goes, and DaHanG falls too easy. There goes whaz from the back. This damage is unreal. Wow. Where are they finding the shots from?
But look at this. zyrinx has pushed forward as well. gerppa's got a flag touch. There's a little regen behind. He's going to just back off. He's got 10 seconds on that. But look at that. 2 players in front of that. 2 rails as well. gerppa goes down. Lincoln now has the flag. He is getting the kills. 13 impressives for him. There's a yellow right next to him, but he misses the rocket jumps. But gerppa's got the touch once again. DaHanG trying to get the shots. All of the Unknown players are in mid. They're passing it off between player and player. And Lincoln, I think, is going to get the first cap now for the Unknown team. It took a long time, but they made it happen. And now, well, they got to start all over again because they need one more.
All 4 players just bearing across the flag there. That was really scary. I can't believe they made that happen. How many times did the flag get palmed off there? Like 5 times at least. But they did make it.
The 2014 players were like constantly scattered around them as well. I mean, they were quite unfortunate not to even be able to get the touch in time. They were racing to it. But Unknown, they've got to make the next power-up count, and they're going to want to quad damage the spawn. I think if a haste spawns, then it's actually going to make their life really difficult.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's almost no time left. I didn't even look at the clock. It's been so action-packed.
Exactly.
But it is almost over. You're right. And Unknown, they're going to be forced to some desperate moves here. They're going to have to go all in again like they did on the last cap attempt. They needed all 4 men to pull that off. But here goes winz with a bit of a deflag action. Does get quickly returned, but the power-up is spawning.
Let's have a look. Lincoln is miles away from the power-up. He's going to rush down the center part, and it's a haste, and whaz is going to get it. But Lincoln takes control of it. I think he's just going to go in. Okay, no, he's going to slow down.
Yeah, they have their regen nicely synced with in the blue base with their power-ups, and Lincoln very fast. He's going to be one of the best runners for sure in Europe.
It's all on Lincoln. It is all on Lincoln right now to do this and to help them try and secure an overtime. So much armor, so much health. Surely this is a recipe for disaster on 2014 side. He's just going to run in. He doesn't want to fight. Nobody gets caught on the bounce pad. There's so much damage, and they're going to catch the flag pretty much in the air. 35 seconds left. Lincoln, if you didn't mess up that rocket jump, maybe there's a chance. In fact, there was a big chance because I think all 4 players were on the flag of the 2014
and that wasn't
team.
the only fluffed rocket jump from Lincoln we've seen, which is very uncharacteristic. So it seems like there's been some pressure felt.
He can afford to mess up some of the other rocket jumps, but this is the one. That was
that
the major last chance on this map, basically. They're going to go for a run at it, but it is so difficult when you haven't got that power behind. They're calling GG. Lincoln, fix your rocket jumps, man. Because it looks like 2014 are going to be taking a lead here in the winner bracket finals.
So it was really interesting because it felt like... Okay, so zyrinx, he was being so aggressive, and whaz walked out, made it look super easy, got 2 very fast caps. It happened twice, and then after that...
Very early as well.
I feel like Unknown were like, okay, we can't let this kind of stuff happen again, and they tightened up a little bit, and we saw that there wasn't really any even great attempts from 2014, but the damage was already done, and Unknown were having so much trouble getting control of mid at the right moments and getting out of the... I mean, it was just impossible for them. So it's really nice to see that 2014 they're coming into this really strong, but Unknown, they can tighten things up.
I think... I'm not sure, because I think we've got new Cerberon that's going next.
Yep.
I don't know if Unknown are going to be that great at this map. I feel like the Americans are far better prepared on this, but we'll see. I guess we'll find out what the practice has been, how it's been paying off for them. But eXpendables, they didn't look that impressive, and I'm pretty sure that Unknown's main practice partners were eXpendables. So if they haven't practiced it, then I think that right now, I think there's like a 70-80% chance we are going to have guaranteed 2014 in the grand finals.
All right, well, I think the players are getting ready. This will get live very soon. Again, match point for 2014. Unknown going to have a very tough game ahead of them here. And I've seen Lincoln play this map on his stream, just grinding it out on the pickups and stuff. And he has been really practicing those angles, just on to how to get all the wall clips just perfect, right on perfect. And he moves damn fast. So
he's a great guy to watch if you're into your movement. He is the man, basically. As well as whaz, though. You look at whaz, who's also playing. He is fantastic with the movement. I'm sure there'll be lots of Wazzle Dazzles appearing.
Wazzle Dazzles, is that what they're called?
Yeah, a couple of Wazzle Dazzles.
You're coining it.
Well, it's just him, and he's got like a following, a peer group that Wazzle Dazzle constantly. If you're not Wazzle Dazzling, then something's wrong.
Definitely. We're just waiting for 2014 to ready up the last 2 players. Unknown, they're raring to go. They're all ready.
We're waiting on whaz to Wazzle Dazzle right now.
Yes,
it's all on him.
whaz is charging up the Wazzle Dazzle.
He does the famous whaz jump on Blood Run, where the
pillar, the plasma, the jump plasma. That's really hard.
It's extremely difficult. He kind of invented the jump, you could say.
Yeah.
A pillar and then all the way over the massive gap to run. But
and we're getting live.
Let's ignore that. We're getting in game, as you say. This is new Cerberon, map number 2, match point here for 2014, and we are on whaz.
Will he dazzle us with his Wazzle? What does that even mean? What did I just say?
That doesn't sound right.
Anyway, whaz is going to get the plasma action onto zyrinx here, but zyrinx has a rail, so GG no re. And we have to try and figure out, okay, who is going to have the control here for the power-ups coming in.
I wonder if they're switching the positions up a little bit. zyrinx might have just decided to go a more offensive spot.
Dude, whaz has been moving so fast through the map. I just got a glimpse on my screen of his movement, and now I'm a full believer. That was really sick. I'm really excited to see more.
Let's find whaz.
He's up in mid here, waiting for these power-ups to spawn, and just rail after rail. Mega even picked up in the face of zyrinx. LG might be enough to take him out, but whaz is looking unstoppable. And Lincoln with his regen, and we got the quad pick up there from Brick. He's going to take that regen for his own, and this is looking scary.
He's going to the enemy base. There is winz right in front of them, some good damage. All of the unknown players are getting in, but there is whaz supporting his buddy. He's got the flag touch. Now he's got everything in control. They're just killing these unknown players left, right, and center. zyrinx trying to get up. We got a yellow armor. whaz, you got to get out of the base before that quad damage. gets off of you.
Oh my god, whaz looks so damn good right now, just murdering every single player in his path, speeding across the map. Gonna pick up another regen and a yellow on the way. This was just meant to be, and whaz, boom, gets the cap, and that just looked perfect.
That was beautiful. There was some great support.
And you hyped him up, and he's delivering already in the first minute.
I usually curse players massively every time I hype them, but this was big stuff from whaz. And I think on the actual cam at the bottom left, I think whaz is the guy slightly to the left, and there's DaHanG's chin on the right on the 2014 image. And on the unknown slide, it's Lincoln, that's who you can see, and I think winz sat next to him. And I think gerppa is just the third person towards the right.
It was actually awesome. Earlier we had like a lens flare that was like pink on DaHanG's mouth, and it looked like he's like charging his laser or something. I don't know. It's like a laser shoot out of his mouth. It was brilliant. But I don't know if we have a lens flare here, but that was fantastic. Either way, DaHanG's been getting loads of camera action today, and you can see exactly why. whaz and the rest of 2014 are just monstrous at the moment. whaz getting another damage. Like, he did a lot of damage, and that's the thing with his runs. He's not only really good at the movement, but he's getting in sick damage, which kind of gives him a setup, a softened defense to attack into next time. And eventually, they're just going to crumble, and he's going to get away with that flag.
Impressive.
gerppa just becoming friends with that rail. Oh, they found the quad though, and gerppa's got a good stack. He's got to try and hold it. Oh my god, the plasma from 0-4 was huge. Rails though coming out, pretty rail heavy map in middle, and it's quite hard to dodge when you got such high level players. Oh, the door just opening in time. Oh, Brick, is he going to take it back to base? There's 15 seconds left. He can just try and defend with this. The flag did get returned, and it's all safe and sound for 2014.
So unknown have a lot of work to do here.
I'm trying to work out the positions exactly that unknown are using.
Alright, well, winz himself right now has the regen. I think they tend to like just 3 attacking players and zyrinx on defense. That tends to be how things work, with more of a focus on gerppa actually getting, all being dedicated to run the flags, whereas usually it seems like winz and Lincoln are just there to deal sick damage and slowly push the map control into mid and past it into the enemy base, and then into that support for gerppa. That's what I was seeing earlier in the matches, but maybe their dynamic setup is going to change a little bit here.
winz is just trying to get out of mid, but there's just so many rails coming at him, and it's, oh wow, 0-4 dueling it out with winz.
The American side seem to be absolutely on fire at the moment.
I want to find whaz again in a second. I am a fanboy, but we got Lincoln. He's in base at the moment. He might go down 3 health left, looking for any of the bubbles that might be around. And using that bounce pad, he's actually in the top the top entrance to the flag room, but Brick, he's going to be defending. Solid play here. And whaz is still rocking that 70% rail.
And we have a quad coming up in 15 seconds, and I am just so stoked to see what happens when that power up spawns. Right now Lincoln is making a bit of a push into the red base, trying to cause havoc, and he's being fairly successful. Going to meet some defense shortly here. There's 0-4, but Lincoln's going to get out. What a great double rail there, managing to get himself onto a spawn frag as well, moving forward, but he needs some support. Where are his teammates? They're probably at the quad. This is going to be so difficult. There's gerppa, what a save.
Look at that, just appears in front of him. He wants to drop the flag for his teammate. There's going to be the mega health. gerppa, he doesn't get it. Is he going to drop the flag for his buddy? He's still got the quad, but he's got nothing left, and it is going to be palmed off. I think Lincoln took it, but Brick as well, he's going to die immediately, and we can see Lincoln trying to tie up the score over here. Still not much health, but he finds a regen. No problems for the Europeans, as they are going to tie the score up here on New Cerberon.
That was a beautiful cap. I was a bit worried when with the whole mega situation there and the dropping the flag and so on.
It looked a bit messy.
It did look messy. A bit of maybe not the best communication in the world, but they made it work and they tied up the game in marvelous fashion, almost as good as whaz's little run at the start.
Yeah, like you saw gerppa coming in with the quad damage, and just as you were talking about it, it's like, in the nick of time as Lincoln needed him the most. It was beautiful. Brick is just sort of sticking in here. He's being pretty passive at the moment. I really feel like I want to skim past some of the unknown players to see if they've got anyone who's actually firmly in defense, and it very much seems that they're ignoring the box area. There's a yellow armor in there and an LG. There's not a whole bunch for them to do. gerppa, he chills. And probably once he gets to yellow, he moves back into a kind of a more central part or deeper part of the base.
And again, power up coming up in 25 seconds, a quad damage, of course. And both teams can be looking to get mid control so they can take that. But looks like Unknown is going to do pretty well thanks to gerppa here, battling back 0-4. gerppa going back to help the defense here, but the quad is spawning in 10 seconds, and you want to get almost all of your players, if not all 4, into mid just to get that power up. And it looks like gerppa is going to be moving in, but a bit late, and DaHanG is just going to pick up that power up. I feel like we should have seen more pressure there from Unknown into that power up, but either way, it's going to be that's the fastest and hardest hitting brick I've ever seen.
Oh, gerppa, he was the one who was really stacked on his team. He was playing that defense position, and whaz, is he the man of the hour? He's waiting for this regen to spawn, and it's not going to spawn until the quad's over, and he wants to be able to use that damage to clear out the enemy base. There's one rail, he gets zyrinx with it, but the regen is stolen. He's going to being taken out anyway. whaz this time is a little bit too hesitant. I mean, he made the decision that he wants to wait for the regen, but I think he miscalculated when it would spawn.
Alright, so unfortunately it felt like he didn't have quite the amount of time he needed, or the support from his teammates to really go for that one. Either way, looks like we're going to have winz here just holding down the fort quite effectively. Brick, I mean, like, maybe that's why he's called Brick. He is pretty damn stacked right now. Does that make sense, Sue? Help me out here.
I don't even.
Oh, Brick stacked? I don't know. We have to work this one out. You're just still giggling. You got to move past this now. You got to move past this.
Oh my god. All right. I'm gonna flick through some players and pretend nothing ever happened.
Good plan.
Lincoln. Oh, he's dying. But 0-4 very weak at the moment. And I wonder if this is when they want to start setting up for that quad damage. Lincoln, good grenades coming in. It's going to hit him in the air. Nice, but Lincoln lands on his own grenade. What the hell was all that about? 15 seconds left. He does get the spawn in mid, but he's got no weapons. He'd have to get on top and find the rocket launcher in the center.
Quad coming up, and the most stacked player on the map is gerppa right now. He's moving into mid to try to get the grab on the quad. It's 3 seconds away. His teammates there helping him. He hasn't lost much stack just yet. Brick is trying to put the pressure on, but gerppa gets the pick up of the quad. Nice. He has enough stack left. He wants some teammates to help him run with this, because that can happen, and the steal is real with whaz on that mega. Well, that rail.
Whoa. The rail's coming out everywhere.
And unfortunately, he's not able to push that forwards, but 2014, they are just throwing so many wrenches in the gears of the place here for Unknown, and they don't seem to be super hot on these power-ups right now.
It's such a massacre in mid every time the power-up appears.
It's brutal.
Half the time you don't really get to see them actually do anything proper with it, just because everyone keeps sharing it on 20 health, and then they have to just run into the base and stack up or something. It's not like, it's like neither of the team are winning with the power-up.
So you're saying there's too much sharing going on?
Yeah. zyrinx, leave that mega for someone else. You got lots of health.
You cannot physically take it. And Brick's still just doing what bricks do.
It's just
whatever that is.
He's just stacking.
What do bricks do, Sue?
They're stacking up, man.
They keep stacking up.
Oh god.
I'm dragging you into this with me. I'm going to
to
drag you down with me.
To hell at the moment. Lincoln, he's trying to get some kind of attack going on. Is it going to manifest itself into anything? No, whaz, too much health.
Certainly, and zyrinx trying to actually make a bit of a push there into the enemy base. So seeing zyrinx mixing things up a little bit. Again, always got to highlight these power-ups coming. We can see, of course, with our items clock that quad is only 25 seconds away, and mid control starts to become more and more important as that fact becomes clear and present. And we're seeing gerppa, he's running a stack right now, being one of the more defensive players right now, going to get himself another yellow armor. So he can be a player for this quad that's spawning imminently. Who else is stacked? We're looking at Brick. He's still pretty stacked. So it's going to be Brick and gerppa, the two most stacked players. And they're going to be looking at getting this quad. gerppa's a bit late though, and Brick is going to pick it up. gerppa not on the scene. gerppa, he pays way too late. His 200 armor for nothing, and Brick is going to take him out. But there goes the trades, and Lincoln ends up with the quad.
Lincoln's going to be happy with it. Oh no, he's not. Not after that. 0-4 again, crushing Lincoln's dreams. But he's back, he gets a close spawn, and he's going to try again. Hitting rail after rail, that is going to be DaHanG returning fire. They just get the quad and they all die in the same position. winz is actually able to push forward a little bit, but he's probably going to die again over here. Yep, whaz takes it and the power-up's over. What happened from that quad?
The chaos. It is just, as you said, you know, a slaughterhouse. It is a massacre on those power-ups. Both teams throwing everything they got into them. I want to see, I mean, gerppa got a bit greedy trying to take too many items before challenging for it. Maybe the timing is off, I don't know, but Lincoln with the regen, it's all he needs. Just massacring these players here, moving forwards into the base. DaHanG, will he go down as well? Gets pretty weak, and Brick doing what Bricks do.
Constantly,
And staying really stacked. We got DaHanG, of course, here, making a push with his teammates into the blue base, into Unknown's territory. Gonna get taken out, but I like how responsible they are. They're really keeping Unknown low all the time.
zyrinx not hitting quite as much as he has in previous games. And he really needs to up that rail count. So he's getting the mega health. Does he want to make a push? We haven't had many kind of ninja runs to try and just get in the back ends of the map. I haven't seen a flag pickup for quite a while. Defenses are just locking down more and more firmly. Yeah,
this has been a really awesome match so far. Both cats were phenomenal, but since then, neither team has really found the ground that they need to bring a flag all the way home. We have power-up spawning in 10 seconds, that quad, and zyrinx already working on mid there, just taking down player after player after player. Brick falls over at the power-up spawn, and DaHanG severely weakened. Can Unknown get this pickup? Where is gerppa? There he is. He gets the quad.
And Lincoln's got a touch as well. He tries to make it up through the top, but gerppa, he is going to be surely running into the base. He has taken one rail shot, but he finds Brick trying to defend. Oh, the rocket right in the face. And now he's got to back off. zyrinx, so he takes control of the quad damage, and now he is going to be killing everybody in the base. There's the flag right in front of him, but everybody's spawning.
Wow. They just cannot catch a break there. Getting completely just bogged down by players. It's wading through them, but it's 0-4 to pick up the remnants of that quad damage and just clean things up in the base. And a lot of work was done there, but both teams just get reset again and again with these power-ups. But surely one team is going to break.
Maybe overtime is going to determine that. So that's a very real possibility, even this early on in the game, to say that, I think. And it's one thing getting into the base with the quad damage, but getting out is remarkably difficult. Or just a flag room in itself. The small room here that DaHanG's in, it's quite easy to defend. You have to do some spectacular things to break it.
And we're seeing DaHanG being very dangerous with this regen. And if you look on the side of Unknown, we have Lincoln, who is the danger man with those regens as well. whaz is going to pick that one up, but look at this this LG coming in from gerppa. It's going pretty well for them, and lots of damage being exchanged, but again, just resets after resets, and it's going to be down to this power-up, which is spawning in 25 seconds. Again, who is going to get this one?
I'm going to see if I can switch to someone who's going to move to the mid a bit more. I'm on whaz right now. He's surely going to have a glance at what's going on mid. gerppa, well, we're going to switch up to him now, but he's only on 20 health left.
I'll try to keep tabs on the stacks here, see who is the strongest player going into this quad. So far, there's no armor really for anyone on the map that I can see, and winz seems to be the strongest player, but he's way back at the base, so he's not going to get a quad.
Oh, Lincoln's got something, but he's just taking a rail. He's going to go up anyway. Does he not want to palm off the quad to somebody else? He just kills himself. zyrinx. He's been struggling a little bit, I feel, in New Soberon so far. He's had a few nice moments, but he's not really done what he was able to in previous maps.
He's been switching things up a lot. He's been making these pushes, these aggressive pushes. We see him typically as a defensive player, but we know in TDM that if you give that guy a quad, he's killing the entire team, not once, not twice, but probably 3 times over. He has the capabilities to be super clutch and super focused when he gets those power-ups. And right now, he needs to put that into play. And so far, neither team can seem to just break this stalemate. And we're just seeing the same story over and over again. I'm happy with that, though, because it's pretty darn exciting, but still.
Yeah, it's so close at the moment. winz is really gutted that he lost out on that mega health. He wanted a teammate to get it, and he ended up losing a lot of health because of it all. Brick going to shut down that run from Lincoln. winz is waiting for the flag to respawn, but he's getting railed down by 0-4. Getting a solid 51% rail. what you're expecting from this world-class individual.
So zyrinx got himself a mech hit. Brick is really stacked right now. 200 health, 150 armor, but Parrots are very far away at this point. Gerppa, working the usual armors that he works. So we're seeing the kind of strategies from both teams coming into full realization. But again, it's all about these quad suit.
Absolutely. It's not long until the next one as well, and we haven't
excited.
got many quads. I think there's only 2 quads left on the map. And, we need to find a champion here of this one.
So Gerppa's looking good for it. I mean, he's not going to be coming in from high though. Brick lost all of his huge stacks, so he's not going to be running much at the moment. Gerppa looks like the strongest candidate, but who knows what's going to happen at quad. He's already getting pushed back by Brick.
And Brick's going to take it. He managed to preserve his stack very efficiently, and he's bringing it into the enemy base right now, but losing a lot of health. Did Brick go down just then? No, he didn't. He still got it and still picking up kills, rail after rail after rail. He found a spawn, but he can't quite make it into the enemy base at the moment. 22 health left. Just getting this long-range shotgun. 2 health. Just a single machine gun bullet will take him out, and there we are. Lincoln has it, and there's only just a couple of seconds left.
Just being a complete nuisance there, just sitting there with rail, just being like, I'm just gonna rail some stuff,
just gonna kill
have some
things.
fun. And we still remain 1-1, all tied up, and we've been that way for so long. And there's only 2 minutes left now.
Oh, that plasma was awesome. zyrinx ran into so much damage from there. I think whaz is gonna just keep on attacking, keep on putting pressure, and trying to kill zyrinx.
Definitely, and we actually had a regen spawn there on the red side, and Brick is going to try to pick that one up. He usually gets it, but winz. I mean, Unknown made a really good attack with 2 players onto it. 0-4 actually, it looks like he managed to make the frag and steal away the regen. That could have been a nice little push there before this quad. Both teams have been doing quite well at forging attacks on the opposing teams' the regens, and trying to break their defense with it. But
it's not usually where the caps come from though, the regens. It's always been a quad that's done something pretty epic.
So far
or like quad and the regen.
Excellent.
Brick's actually very weak. I'd like to see Unknown attacking a little bit more very soon, or even try something like just attacking before the quad spawns. That could also be something that could work very nicely. Gerppa not stacked, zyrinx not stacked, Lincoln not stacked. There's nobody on Unknown who's stacked.
DaHanG's got 25 armor. He's the most stacked guy on the server right now. And great rails coming in, putting the pressure on Brick. The quad falls into the water, and it's going to be winz that picks it up, but 26 health. His teammate's going to provide covering fire. He's going to get out of there, but not for long. whaz with the steal. Can whaz find some armor to build this into a sick run?
Person's running out of time as well. He could get into the enemy base with this amount of time. 2 shotgun kills straight away, going through the high level. There's going to be a rail on the side and another one.
Nice, 0-4. Doesn't drop anything there, just straight on top of that quad. Just before whaz's body even turns cold. 0-4 with that quad, but he can't push through anymore. They just stop the aggression just constantly. They're so good at just stopping it before it gets to the flag.
This is tense now for 2014. This is most likely going to go to an overtime. They can see themselves getting into the grand finals if they can just win this map in the next couple of moments. But Unknown, of course, they only need to win this just to get one more map to play and to try to win. And there it is, overtime, guys, here in the winner bracket finals. We're on zyrinx at the moment.
All right, I love the manly voice of the Quake commentator, in-game commentator. It's brilliant. Love those voiceovers.
Someone who I aspire to be.
And we're seeing, Brick has been so reliable, so sturdy in this game so far. An integral part of the defense for 2014. And it really feels like so many of their plays have really he's been the pivotal point of a lot of their meaningful plays in this game, and providing good defense, providing good pressure onto mid with the stacks that he's running. And he has a lot of responsibility not to waste all the resources that he's being given, because he's getting the most. And we're seeing a DaHanG with a pickup of the med kit there, but quad is in 15 seconds.
I think we're going to see a couple more attacks maybe before we hit the 2-minute mark in overtime. And then when the respawn delay is coming in, you don't want to mess around. You don't want to give up easy frags, because it can just cost you the game without even realizing it. Unknown push in, and it really hurts. This is dangerous now. Unknown, they're probably going to be spawning in base. Brick needs to find a way onto the flag.
There it is.
Lincoln's down. Who's up at the top? We've got support here from a 2014 player. 100 health left. Lincoln, though, he evaporates there from the quad plasma. And going through mid, there is whaz right in front. This could be it. We could be determining the winner bracket finalists here.
Oh, is this the one? Can they stop him?
There's winz. He's trying to hit the shotgun. He's pushed away, but it's 2-1. 2014 are going to win the winner bracket finals 2-0.
Amazing. That was so awesome to see. That was so scary, wasn't it? I mean, Brick was just sitting on that quad spawn. And where was unknown? Where was unknown? Quads in 5 seconds, in 4 seconds, in 3 seconds. Where's unknown? He's still standing there with a full stack. That's the first time that happened in like 15 minutes.
They just lost a couple of frags just as they were trying to get in base to take the flag, and that defense was just that second too slow so that they couldn't get themselves into a position.
Yeah. All right, guys, we are going to go to a short break, but the CTF action is not over for today. We've got more matches coming up. So if you've been enjoying today's matches, we've got a lot more in store. Any words before we go to the break, Sue?
I can try and find out quickly, actually, what matches we have left. I can do that. We've got the brackets. I think Sake versus Encroachment, they might be playing at the moment, but if not, we'll be going against the winner of that versus WELP. So, guys, we'll see you in just a moment for some more Quake.